What drew me to nephrology, it's a very broad specialty. People think of it as just the kidneys, but the kidneys interact with the whole body, every other organ you can think of. Heart, liver, there's a lot of things that you get to own and get to manage. So you have a great variety of things that you get to treat, very interesting medicine that you have to learn and practice.
The nephrology program at the University of Minnesota just has a really good balance of complex patients, of transplant patients, of high acuity care, and a great variety. And so it felt like the combination of the university program and seeing patients at the VA just would meet all of the needs that I wanted in my nephrology education.
I was very interested in the autoimmune aspect of things, and that's one of the reasons why I am at the University of Minnesota, because this is one of the few programs that offers an additional year in autoimmune vasculitis training. That piece of it too really drew me here.
The goal is to be able to handle anything when you come out, and I had this feeling that I didn't want to be practicing and have the first time I see something be when I'm practicing. And so the more exposure and experience that I could get as a fellow seemed like it would set me up really well for my future career.
I think you really get to see the breadth of nephrology here. You get to see the common and the uncommon. There's a stone clinic, there's a vasculitis clinic, dialysis rounds in terms of in-center and home dialysis systems that are very well established. But then there are also people who don't necessarily have a dedicated clinic, but are really experts in like cancer nephrology or hypertension, who do research specifically in that field, have been doing it for years. Some of the trials that have recently come out, one example would be SPRINT. The faculty here were involved in those trials. We have access to those databases, to those cohorts. As far as vasculitis goes, there's a CureGN nationwide project cohort that we have access to, not just our own cohort. And so there are, again, huge opportunities here.
I think one of the biggest strengths is the commitment of the faculty to nephrology training and education. I have always felt well supported by the nephrology faculty. I've never been scared to wake them up in the middle of the night when I have a question, when I'm on call. Everyone has always been supportive and helpful and tried to make sure that I'm learning everything that I need to learn.
The staff here are very easygoing, very approachable. There's really no feeling of hierarchy. Particularly now as a second year fellow, they really, help you make the decisions rather than make the decisions for you. And that gives you a good sense of defining your own approach rather than just learning one way of doing things.
The fellow really gets to run the show when it comes to the teaching consult service. All of the new consults come through the fellow, and we divide them up among our residents that might be on service with us, or our APPs who help support our team. And so by taking that triage role, it gives you a good perspective of just learning how to assess these consults quickly, how to communicate effectively with other teams, and it seems to just build that sort of experience that you're going to have once you're a practicing nephrologist.
I think that, again, makes for great training and really prepares you for anything and everything.
I think everyone comes into Nephrology Fellowship with slightly different career goals and goals that might change and shift throughout your time in fellowship. Dr. Elfring is so flexible and very willing to change schedules as needed to get you the access to whatever opportunities and learning opportunities that you want, and will do what she can to help you make the fellowship training your own.
A very important reason for me as a fellow here is that the fellows that I get to work with are very genuine, very easygoing people who love nephrology, and we exchange calls and do things all the time. And we get to I made the schedule for this year. And so we get to decide how we want to do it, which is another aspect which I don't know if other programs allow you to do that.
The nephrology program at the University of Minnesota really combines everything that you want in an academic teaching hospital with a tight-knit community of nephrologists and co-fellows who really care and really want you to come out of your fellowship training prepared for whatever you see next in your career. So it was that community feel with that high complexity of patient care that really drew me.